Hello and welcome to another WWE Supercard video. I'm Wyoming Gaming and today we're going to go through the end of Road to Glory and we're going to redeem the Undertaker. So the first Road to Glory after every tier drop is always the most difficult because the way they've got it set up at the minute, you don't actually play other players' decks, you play against bots. Now, if you've already got a Cataclysm plus deck, you're fine, it doesn't matter, because you can beat the computer no matter what. You're not going to come up against event cards, you're not going to come against you're not going to come up against any special cards. All you will ever get are Silver Prode cards, and at the minute the only way you'd actually have a full Prode Kata team is if you've spent hundreds upon hundreds of credits at the minute. The tier's only been out a week, unless you've got incredibly lucky and you've pulled off the board, you're not going to have a deck ready to go to deal with the Cataclysm Plus or plus decks when you get towards the end of the road. So for me it was pretty difficult. I had to 1 point grind all the way pretty much through Undertaker. It wasn't too bad, it's just time consuming, and that's what I think the problem with this version is again, especially after the first Road to Glory of a new tier. You're not going to be able to get through Heroic, you're not even going to be able to get through it the first time round without spending any credits. I was lucky in the sense that I had credits left over just from playing the game. I haven't had to spend any this time round. I didn't spend any credits on Last Man Standing for Mankind, so I had that nice backup, but if I didn't, I would have had to have spent real money to get the credits just to even finish. If you have a look, it took me up until the last 6 hours just to get the Undertaker. Which I think is a little bit silly, and I really hope that they change it back to how it used to be. Yes, I know that means you'll eventually have to deal with other players' decks who have also spent hundreds of hundreds to get all the special cards, all the event cards, special cards, that type of thing. But this early into the tier, you're not going to have that many of them, and you're not going to hit that wall straight away, and it gives you the chance then over the course of the tier to get a better deck to deal with them, instead of having to deal with bots who have Cataclysm Pros right off the bat. Last tier wasn't so good for me. I pulled so many singles, never had a chance to pro that many. I still managed to get WrestleMania 35 plus through the events. This tier started off a lot better. I pulled Baron Corbin for my freebie, and of course Baron Corbin was the Cataclysm card in Road to Glory, which meant pro straight off the bat, and I was debating, umming and ahhing whether or not I should actually pro him. And in the end I decided, yeah, might as well. Last Man Standing, unless you're going for the top 1000 or top 500, really high card, you don't need to spend credits. Again, you just need to play, and I feel Last Man Standing is much less of a grind than Road to Glory is. So if there is a Last Man Standing towards the end of the month like they did with WrestleMania 35, I should still be able to get the card. I don't see myself spending any credits for it. I don't spend a great amount of money in this game. I will pay for credits if it means I can get an event card, or if I'm going for the event card because I like the look of it, but that's maybe one purchase every month or so, as opposed to 5, 6, 7, 8 purchases, a couple thousand credits. Nah, it's too much money. So I'm not a free-to-play player, but I am a player that doesn't spend too much. Like, I won't spend credits for packs, I won't spend credits for anything like that. It is purely just so I can get access to the event and once I get my deck up to a point where I no longer need to spend credits, I'll no longer spend credits. Spend money for credits, rather. Those are my views currently on Road to Glory. Ringdom, with the system, it's kind of the same, but it's much more forgivable with who you come up against, because the decks that you go against specific to you, and it doesn't really scale in the way that Road to Glory does, where you get halfway through WrestleMania 35 card, you start coming up against Cataclysm decks in your +5s, or you've got to drop down early, whereas in Ringdom you can just you can keep playing against decks that are similar to you. It just means that they are similar to you more so, and it's a bit harder to get through. So just finished Road to Glory, gonna collect Undertaker now. First event card for the tier, and as with all event cards, he will have better stats than any other card in the tier. Best card in the tier, if you weren't aware, was Undertaker himself, just the normal version. And this card again is just better again on top. You'll see now in a moment, once I put the tokens in. His stats are better than what a Pro Fusion Shattered card was. So when this is pro'd, you're going to be looking at stupid numbers. Possibly with a momentum slot, you're going to have 1.2, maybe 1.3 million in stats for each characteristic, which is really mental when you try to think about it. Where in the last tier you had event cards that would just about hit 1 million if you had a perfect tag, or you had managers boosting the stats up and then a perfect tag. You may get 1 or 2 if you had full heroic event cards tagging together like Goldberg or Rey Mysterio, then yeah, you'd have both of the cards coming in at over 1 million. Maybe the normal WrestleMania 35 cards with double manager buffs and a perfect pro, you may get 1 stat just at 1 million, but in this tier you're going to have across the board 1 million stats, and that's crazy to think about. I've got another video I'm working on where I show you just how big a Cataclysm Pro gets, and yeah, first time seeing it blew my mind. Nothing really else more to say other than that. Stats are way up there, especially when you get a perfect tag in a match, but nothing comes close to it. You used to be able to beat the next tier pros, maybe if you were lucky with a tag, but even this, you're probably not going to be able to. And that's the video, guys. Thank you very much if you stuck around this long. Please drop down in the comments if you were able to get Undertaker, or if you were even able to get through the heroic mode. How far did you get? I wouldn't have been able to get heroic even if I spent however much money it would have taken for me to get it, so I'm just happy being able to finish it through Road to Glory, and then I'll be able to get Ringdom when it comes out. If there's any type of video you'd like to see, any type of game you'd like to see me play, again, leave that in the comments. I will try to upload and get as many videos out as quick as I can, as often as I can, while I can. If you have any questions, comments, queries, please feel free to post them in the comments as well. I've been Wyoming Gaming, and I'll catch you again next time. Just going to do a quick shout out for So Far Away 2. He is the leader of the team I'm in Supercard. Without him, the last video with the top of the tier couldn't have happened. He was able to provide me with a couple images I didn't have. So thanks, dude.